Hey everybody, this is going to be my official review, and I say that because I had already uploaded a review of this yesterday, which really wasn't right. In fact, I had only watched one of the two video discs when I did the review, so now I've seen the whole thing complete, and this is going to be a better review, I hope. It's a review of the One Plus package, and I got to tell you right from the beginning, this is the only way to go if you're going to buy this. Make sure, if you decide that you're even remotely a fan and you want to get these video performances by the Beatles, make sure that you get the one with the plus sign, because the standard version, just one, only has 27 videos. The plus version includes an extra disc with another 23, so you get 50 total. That includes promotional films that the Beatles made, and also some snippets of live TV shows and performances, concert footage. You have to get the One Plus. I can't say that enough. Spend a few extra dollars. That's worth it. Anyway, first off the top, us Beatle geeks have been waiting for many, many years for this. We all had typical bootleg copies, doopy tapes, and that's all changed here with this, okay? You have to get this. This is finally something Apple got around to doing. It seems like maybe, and maybe this is wishful thinking, Apple's finally realized that there's a lot that the fans want. Instead of sitting on a lot of these titles, that they're going to do it. They're going to put it out, start opening up the floodgates. Because this should have been out 15 years ago when the very first one CD came out of the Beatles. This would have been a good companion piece. But the good side of it is, now that that's all water under the bridge, the longer it takes to put this stuff out, the more technical advancements there are, and things are going to look even better. So that's a positive thing. And as I say, that's all history anyway. I want to say also, this comes out in standard DVD. It's available, and also it comes out as a Blu-ray. I wanted the Blu-ray because I have a Blu-ray player and HD TV, and I also collect movies in Blu-ray. But you got to be very careful, because even I made a mistake. When I went to buy this, I went up to the cash register and I was about to pay for it, and at the last second I happened to notice in the corner here that the original copy I had said DVD, and this is a Blu-ray that I wanted. So it's these look identical. I mean, that's the only bad thing. They did a very poor job at distinguishing one from the other. I mean, you can't tell the difference. They just have this very small writing over here. This one here says, you know, it's got two Blu-ray and a CD. Make sure that you get the one that says Blu-ray or the one that says DVD, depending on what you want, because you'll easily pick up the wrong one, and that's not going to be any fun when you get home and if you can't play a Blu-ray in your standard DVD player. Quality-wise, that's another thing I want to get into. When I first talked about this in the video that I now deleted, so don't bother looking for it, it's gone, I thought that some of these videos were a little grainier than I thought they should be, but then I realized a lot of that is because, first of all, the Blu-ray enhances any kind of limitations or flaws. You're going to get varying quality here. You're talking about black and white films. Some of them are sharp, and then you're going to get stuff like She Loves You from Sweden in 1963, and you're going to get like I guess tape of the song A Hard Day's Night that was taken from the Paris 1965 concert. Those are going to look kind of rough compared to some of the other cleaned up videos, and those aren't going to really make a difference whether you watch them on DVD or Blu-ray. So some people asked me in the last video, they said, well, does it matter if I miss the Blu-ray? Is DVD worth it? I would say for this particular release, I don't think there's a problem getting DVD. I think maybe I could have settled for DVD on this. I don't really think that much is gained, you know, or a Blu-ray here. That's just my personal opinion. So I think the DVD would be fine, but it's up to you. Yeah, as I say, there's a lot of the videos that we've come to know and love, those of us that collected, you know, pirate copies over the decades. But you're going to get stuff here that's new. For example, in a case like, say, 8 Days a Week, for that song, there's no video for that. So what they went ahead and did was they actually took color footage of Shea Stadium 1965, which, by the way, the Beatles didn't perform 8 days a week at Shea Stadium, but they were able to make a really nice compilation of clips from Shea Stadium to go with that video. And I got to tell you, I think they're really trying to wet our whistles with that one, because it's really a tease. I think that shows us that there's going to be a Shea Stadium film coming at some point soon. The quality is just amazing on those clips. Beautiful color clips. The thing is, also, it's a good time to do a little plug for the director Ron Howard. You remember him on Happy Days, Richie Cunningham, and Opie on the Andy Griffith Show? Well, he's going to wind up doing a documentary that a lot of us know about the Beatles live performances. It's going to come out in 2016, supposedly. So this is a taste of that. We get to see some live stuff here. And well, anyway, so what can I say about this at this point? On my last video, as I say, I was thinking that some of these were a little too grainy, and what I had to do was, if you have that problem, adjust the levels on your TV set. You can calibrate it the way you want it. If you take the sharpness down a little bit, play with the contrast a little bit, you can get these looking amazing. And they really do. I mean, the Strawberry Fields Forever is beautiful. It's a gorgeous color. You got the Hello Goodbye promos, 3 of them. You only get one if you buy the standard disc. That's the one in their Sgt. Pepper uniforms that we see the most. But if you buy the 1 Plus, you get 2 other bonus videos of Hello Goodbye. They look amazing. Super sharp color, crisp. Hey Bulldog looks great. So many of them are just amazing to look at. Penny Lane looks sensational. You also get comments, I should say. There's a little section here where you get Ringo and Paul doing introductions of sorts. Now, Ringo basically only amounts to, I don't know how many, 4 or 5 videos where Ringo is sitting basically at a computer monitor and he's watching the video on the computer. He makes a couple of remarks about what he thought about doing the videos and some observations he's had. And then you got Paul also does, I don't know if it's 4 or 5, but in his case, he actually does commentary, audio commentary over the video. You don't see Paul, you just hear him talking over the video. And there wasn't that much, to be honest with you, that I thought was offered there. Just a little critique. Nothing sensational to be gained there by either one of these ex-Beatle recollections, but it's still good to hear and see them, so that's okay. Now, I should say, when you take this off like this is an outer cardboard cover. Inside you have kind of a hard book, which is nice. You open it up, you get the 2 discs there, in this case the Blu-rays there. And in the back, which I don't have handy with me, was the audio CD. The audio CD, I'm not going to talk much about that. I'll get to it at the end. I'll say a few words about it. That's in the car. I was listening to it in the car, stereo, on the way home from the store. This is a nice book that talks about all the videos. You got like Please Please Me from Ed Sullivan, that stuff we've seen before, but, Wayne Madonna, you get the idea. So this is really a nice package. I can't say enough about it as far as just having this all together. There's something, I really tried talking about this in my last video, and that's deleted now, and I really don't know how to explain it more. I think this is just a problem with my TV. I have a Samsung TV, and I've heard people in the last 24 hours discussing this problem if you have a certain kind of TV. My TV, whenever I watch a movie and I put the Blu-ray in, at the very beginning, as the machine is starting to boot up, you'll see it flashed across the screen, the properties of what you're watching. It'll say HDMI, I don't know, a 4:3 or 16:9, and it'll have like numbers which I don't really understand. The properties of the numbers of the videos, how they're made or whatever. And you see that just for a few seconds when you put a Blu-ray in usually, and then it disappears and you watch the entire movie without any interruption. I noticed with some of the videos here, and this might just pertain to me. I'd be interested if some other people encountered this too. When you watch all the videos together and you hit the play all option to watch them all back to back, it seems like instead of them going, say, 27 straight chapters, they seem to have like, I don't know how else to describe this, but like 3 or 4 videos together in one title. So there's like, chapters 1 to 4, then it boots back to another chapters 1 to 4. Every time it does this kind of resetting, booting back on my TV, and this is no problem with the disc, and it probably won't happen for everybody, but on my TV, it keeps displaying every few videos. It displays that image on my TV of what I'm looking at. And sometimes that runs into the beginning of the performance of the actual film. the video I'm watching. So it disappears after a few seconds, but sometimes I gotta endure that. Whatever that is, I wish that wasn't the case, but it's probably not for everybody's TV going to experience that. Now, I would also say that the sound on the videos is done in 5.1. Now, I'm not really an audio person, okay? I mostly bought this for the visuals. Now, in this particular apartment that I have, it has to be kind of quiet when I'm watching stuff out in the living room. In my old apartment, I used to have a dedicated home theater system where I had 5 speakers. This place that I'm in now, excuse me, I'm watching on the standard television set, so I get the audio on the TV, so I'm not really getting maybe the full benefit of the mix or whatever it is, and I really got these for the visuals anyway, you know. That brings me to the audio CD. The audio CD is 2.0 stereo, and in my last video, there was at least one person that was taking me to task because I said that I didn't hear anything different in it. Now, let me just explain. When I was driving home from the store, as I say, I played the audio CD remastered version, 2015 version. I want to get it all right. I played it in the car, but I only got as far as Day Tripper. I played from Love Me Do to Day Tripper. Didn't go past 1960 into 1966 even, really. So I really don't know for sure the later quality. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. It's not my forte. I'm not really interested. But I will say that while the stereo was nice and it was very clean and it was very robust and everything, it didn't sound to me like anything phenomenal that I hadn't heard before. Now, you got to understand my take on this. I don't usually play CDs, although I do once in a while. You see, I have a record collection here. Now, a lot of these are Beatles, and you know, if you watch my videos, you know I collect Beatles from every country. I mean, I have albums from Japan, I have it from France, Germany, I mean the UK, I have them all over, and I've been playing these songs now since I'm going to say the early 1970s. I've been playing these, and if you're like me and you know these songs frontwards and backwards, you have certain nuances in your mind. You can hear certain oohs and ahs, and maybe things you think that you hear, like a certain remark or something may really quickly between a lead guitar solo or something. Little things that we've heard. A lot of those nuances on the audio CD when I was playing it in the car weren't there. I mean, I was trained psychologically. They're burned into my brain hearing them this way for decades. And certain things that I was expecting to hear, I just didn't hear. Like I didn't hear, for just off the top of my head, at the end of I Feel Fine on the audio CD, I didn't hear what sounds like, you know, kind of like a little barking dog sounds they make, whoop whoop, you know, didn't hear that. Certain little things in Can't Buy Me Love, which maybe nobody picks up on, I always thought, like I always heard a little something just after the guitar solo. Maybe somebody says, hey, oh yeah, before they get to the song. I didn't hear that. So to me, as great as the sound quality may be, it's missing something. There's certain kinds of audio nuances that I've always heard in my mind. They're part of the groove in my mind soundtrack from hearing these so many gazillion times that just went missing in the mix. So that's just my take on it. Your mileage may vary. But that's my feelings on this. Overall, really glad that Apple finally cut off their keisters. Thank you. And we need the Let It Be movie, and we need Shea Stadium and some other live things, but this is a step in the right direction, and hopefully it's not going to be a long wait of another, like, 7-10 years. There goes the train. Is it the one after 909? No, it's one after 809, really. Anyway, thanks for watching this, and get this. Don't have any second thoughts. Some people said, well, I really don't know if I'm going to get it. If you're a Beatle fan, I mean, I'm not saying just any casual person's going to be blown away by this, but if you're a real Beatle person, or even a Beatle beginner, and you just get into the band, you really have a treat with this. 1+. I can't recommend it highly enough, so go out there and enjoy. Thanks for watching.